There's a dog named Luna, a 3-year-old border collie surrendered to a Seattle shelter in the winter of 2019. She hadn't eaten in 11 days, not because the food was wrong, not because she was sick, because she was so deep inside her own anxiety that her body had simply stopped responding to anything the shelter staff tried. Treats, gentle voices, slow approaches, sitting quietly nearby. Nothing worked. She would press herself into the corner of her kennel, eyes wide, breathing so fast her whole body shook with every exhale. Then one morning, a volunteer named Claire did something that took almost no effort at all. She sat down beside Luna's kennel. She didn't speak. She didn't offer food. She just slowed her breathing, deliberately, consciously. In for 4 counts, out for 6. For about 2 minutes, nothing happened. And then Luna's panting slowed. Her body stopped shaking. She took one small step toward the kennel door. That evening, she ate for the first time in nearly 2 weeks. What Claire used wasn't a technique. It wasn't a training protocol. It was a single word, or more accurately, a single biological signal that dogs are hardwired to respond to. And it was just the first of 5. There are 5 words that can calm almost any dog, not commands, not tricks. These words work because they communicate on the same biological frequency that dogs have been using to signal safety to each other for more than 10 million years. Most dog owners never learn them, and the ones who do are always surprised by how fast the response is. Because it isn't learned, it's instinct. Not because it's a command, but because of what happens inside a dog's nervous system when it hears a single low-pitched descending syllable spoken slowly by someone it trusts. In 2017, researchers at the University of Sussex published a study in the journal Current Biology examining how dogs process human speech. They found that dogs use different parts of their brain to process tone versus word content. The right hemisphere for emotional tone, the left hemisphere for familiar word patterns. And critically, when both signals are positive at the same time, a warm, familiar word spoken in a calm, descending tone, the reward center of the dog's brain activates significantly stronger than when either signal appears alone. Easy is not a word dogs understand intellectually, but spoken slowly in a low falling tone, it delivers exactly the combination of signals that activates that reward response. The single syllable is short enough that the dog's auditory system processes it before any anxiety response can build. The descending pitch communicates what behaviorists call low arousal intent, the same acoustic pattern mother dogs use when settling their pups. Here is how to use it correctly. When your dog is anxious or overstimulated, lower your chin slightly, take one slow breath through your nose, then say easy in a single exhale, starting slightly higher and letting the word fall. Don't rush it, don't repeat it immediately, say it once. Wait 3 seconds, say it again. In a 2019 study of 42 dogs at the Animal Cognition Lab at the University of Vienna, dogs exposed to descending tone single-syllable words showed measurable reductions in heart rate within 8 seconds in 81% of cases. Luna's volunteer used this word. That's what started the breathing shift. 1 word, 2 minutes, 11 days of not eating, over. And this one works differently from easy. Where easy communicates through tone and acoustics, settle works because of what it asks the body to do and what happens neurologically when the body complies. Dr. Karen Overall, a veterinary behaviorist at the University of Pennsylvania and author of the Manual of Clinical Behavioral Medicine for Dogs and Cats, has written extensively about the relationship between physical posture and emotional state in dogs. Her research documents what she calls the postural feedback loop, the finding that when a dog physically moves into a lower, calmer body position, its autonomic nervous system follows. Heart rate drops, cortisol decreases, the brain interprets the body's position as a signal that the threat has passed. Settle, when used consistently and correctly, becomes a cue that initiates this postural shift. You are not commanding the dog to feel calm. You are inviting the body into a position that generates calm from the inside out. Here is how to use it. Say settle in a warm, low, unhurried voice. At the same moment, lower your own body. Sit down, or if you're already sitting, relax visibly into your seat. Dogs mirror human postural changes instinctively. Your physical settling, combined with the word, creates a paired signal. Over time, the word alone is enough to initiate the postural response. And once the body settles, the nervous system follows within seconds. This one surprises people because it seems too simple, too obvious, but the research behind it reveals something about dog cognition that most owners have never considered. In 2016, a landmark study published in Science by Attila Ondix and his colleagues at Eötvös Loránd University in Hungary used fMRI brain scanning on dogs to examine how they process praise words. They found that dogs process meaningful words associated with positive outcomes, in the left hemisphere of the brain, the same hemisphere humans use for language processing. And they found that when a meaningful praise word is combined with a praising tone, the activation in the brain's reward center is significantly greater than either the word or the tone alone. Good is the single most consistently positively associated word in most domestic dogs' experience. From puppyhood, it has appeared during feeding, during warmth, during safety. Its neural pathway is deep and well-worn. When a dog hears good, spoken warmly during a moment of anxiety, it doesn't just hear a sound. It activates a neurological memory of safety that has been building since the first weeks of its life. Use it quietly, not as an exclamation, as a statement. Good, low, warm, certain, like you mean it completely and you're not in any hurry at all. And this one is about interruption. Specifically, the interruption of an anxiety cycle before it becomes very difficult to reverse. Dogs that are anxious don't just feel anxious, they vocalize, they pace, they pant, and each of those behaviors feeds back into the anxiety itself, a loop that behavioral researchers call self-amplifying arousal. The vocalizing increases the dog's own arousal, which increases the vocalizing, which increases the arousal further. Breaking that loop requires an external signal strong enough to interrupt the pattern without adding to the arousal. Research published in Applied Animal Behavior Science in 2020 by Anniko Kubini and colleagues at Eötvös Loránd University in Hungary found that single-syllable words spoken at a consistent low volume were significantly more effective at interrupting anxious vocalization in dogs than either silence or multi-word phrases. The consistency and brevity of the signal gave the dog's auditory system something specific to anchor to, a point of focus outside the anxiety loop itself. Quiet, spoken once, calmly, at a volume barely above a whisper, does exactly this. It is not a reprimand, it is an anchor. Said correctly, it gives the dog's nervous system a single clear signal to orient toward instead of the anxiety spiral it's currently inside.
And this is the one that brings everything together, because here does something the other four words don't. It moves the dog, not toward a behavior, but toward a person. And that movement, that physical act of crossing space to be near someone trusted, triggers one of the most powerful neurochemical responses in a dog's body. Dr. Miho Nagasawa and his colleagues at Azabu University in Japan published a study in Science in 2015 that measured oxytocin levels, the bonding hormone, in both dogs and their owners during interactions. They found that when a dog approaches its owner and makes prolonged eye contact, oxytocin levels in both the dog and the human rise significantly. The dog's oxytocin rises first. The approach itself, the physical act of moving toward the trusted person, initiates the neurochemical shift before the contact even happens. Here, spoken warmly as an invitation rather than a command, initiates that approach. It redirects an anxious dog away from whatever is triggering its distress and toward the one presence its nervous system is most calibrated to find safe: you. This is the word that brought Shadow home. Shadow was a pit bull mix at a rehabilitation center in Ohio who had been terrified of human contact for months after years of abuse. A trainer began using "here," just the word, quietly from across the room during daily sessions, not forcing, not reaching, just inviting. After 3 weeks, Shadow began crossing the room on his own. After 6 weeks, he was initiating contact. His behaviorist noted that the turning point was always the same moment, the moment Shadow chose to move toward the sound of a calm voice saying a single familiar word. 5 words: easy, settle, good, quiet, here. None of them are magic. None of them work because dogs understand English. They work because each one, spoken correctly at the right moment in the right tone, delivers a biological signal that a dog's nervous system has been shaped over thousands of years to recognize as safe. The research behind them is real, the responses are measurable, and the speed at which they work will surprise you, not because dogs are simple, but because they are extraordinarily sensitive, more sensitive than most of us ever give them credit for. Luna is still alive. She was adopted 8 months after that morning in Seattle. She lives with a family in Oregon now. She still sometimes presses close to her owner when something startles her. Her owner says, "Easy," quietly, without thinking about it much anymore, and Luna exhales every time. If your dog showed you something today, if they leaned against you, or followed you from room to room, or pressed their nose into your hand, they were using their own version of these words. The least we can do is learn a few of theirs. Subscribe if you want to keep learning what your dog is actually trying to tell you, and drop a comment below. Which of these 5 words are you going to try first? Because next time, we're going into something completely different, and what science has found will change the way you see your dog's behavior forever.